It was day 6 of SWEX, and I was hastily headed from TRC, New Mexico to Organ Pipe Cactus National Monument in Arizona. My goal was to arrive with sufficient time to travel the recently reopened Puerto Blanco four-wheel drive road. I had driven only a short section in the past. The remainder was closed due to illegal activity along the border with Mexico. I was looking forward to driving the entire route this afternoon. When I checked into the visitor center, they advised me that it would take 4 hours to drive it. That gave me an extra hour before sunset, which time I'd use shooting photographs and setting up video shots. So I skipped setting up camp and headed straight out.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today is day 6 of Mark's Southwestern expedition. This morning I left Truth or Consequences, which is where I spent last night after we finished in Chloride Canyon, and headed directly here to Organ Pipe Cactus National Monument. They have a neat road which is for four-wheel drive vehicles called Puerto Blanco Drive. In the past, that has been open only a few miles, and I drove that out to a place called Dripping Springs. Well, it's open now, so I want to go and drive the entire thing. Last time, in order to go past this gate up here, you had to have a special permit. So this time they said there's no permits required. Just go ahead and drive on out there. They swore it'll get pretty big, don't they? There's a organ pipe right off to the right.
So that big guy just right of the center is, of course, one of the eponymous cacti out here, a organ pipe. And those tall things you see out here, of course, are the saguaro. I think everybody's probably familiar with that. And then just coming into view is a cholla cactus. And as you can probably guess, you do not want to tangle with the needles on this thing. There's a ocotillo right there in the center.
Looks like it's an emergency telephone or radio system. Starting to rain on me just a little bit. A lot of cholla cacti right along this area here. I'm going to stop here at the side of the Golden Bell mine. It's marked on my map. See if we can find any evidence of the mine itself.
Well, there's the mine right there, right next to the parking area. There's a, looks like the shaft goes down. Yeah, you can see right down in there. Look at these beautiful rocks here. Looks like another section of the mine here. And more of the rocks, and of course some of the organ pipe cactus. That goes way down there. An old corral here. And remnants of a windmill.
Drive Road, next 14 miles. So this has gotten a little rougher up here. Well, I got about to the halfway point on this 14-mile spur. It's 5 o'clock now. So I decided to go ahead and turn around. Still working my way up that spur trail. And there's the blue flashing light for the main road. as well as the rescue transponder. Quito Baquito. This isn't very far down here, so I'm going to go down there. Where's that fence? Oh, there's the fence right over there. And there's the border fence. Not much fence, huh? That's it. Yeah, that's Mexico. And the fence. And the truck traffic. A lot of truck traffic on that highway. Coming up on the turnoff for Sanita Basin. It's only 4 miles. Alright, 4 miles. And looks like it's a good road. So I'm going to go ahead and head on out there real quick. Arriving in the Sanita Basin picnic area. Trying to race back here and see if I can't catch a little bit better view of those mountains a little bit further back here where that sun sets all the way.
The next morning, the light was spectacular as I arose and headed out of the park. It was tempting to stay and take advantage of it, but I had a commitment to visit my parents, who live south of San Diego. After that, I was off on day 8 of SWEX, headed to Anza-Borrego Desert State Park in East San Diego County.
Good morning, everyone. It's day 7 of Mark's Southwest exploration. Spent the night in Oregon Cactus National Monument. This morning I'm headed to Chula Vista, California. I'm going to visit my folks. And then I'll be resuming the Southwest exploration and some of the other beautiful locations of the great American Southwest. Good morning, everyone. It is day 8 of Mark's Southwestern expedition. Right up here is Lake Cuyamaca, and I am headed to Anza-Borrego Desert State Park. Now, there were a couple of days break while I visited my folks in San Diego, and I haven't counted them in my number count. I'm going to have breakfast this morning with Fred. He's volunteering out at the park today. The desert is packed. They're expecting a super bloom, although it's not quite started yet.
Isn't that a pretty sight? That's the Salton Sea you see in the distance. Chocolate Mountains are behind it. Anza-Borrego Desert State Park is most of that. Just gorgeous.
This, of course, is the well-known Banner Grade. Along with a windy road, it's a steep descent this direction into the desert. And here I am arriving in Borrego Springs.
I enjoyed a nice breakfast with Fred at his usual haunt, Kendall's Restaurant. He said the park was crowded, but had 2 recommendations that would attract fewer people. First, head to Henderson Canyon Road to see what flowers were currently blooming. Second, head out on Fish Creek Wash, which would be busy because of Split Mountain and Sandstone Canyon, but go toward Olla Canyon and the Mud Palisades. As for spending the night, all hotels and campgrounds were full, so find a dispersed place out within the park.
to Fish Creek Wash, which is the route to Split Mountain. Spoke with Fred, and he recommended I go out there and take a side trip that's fairly newly opened. And so I'm going to head on out there and do that. I believe he called it Opal Canyon. Okay, I have turned off the paved road onto Fish Creek Wash. And turning towards the mud palisades. Won't be too much longer before that rock rolls down the road. Travel from here.
Well, the trail sort of peters out in here. Just a very narrow wash. And I'm right below the big palisades. Pretty impressive. After my short hike, I drove back along Fish Creek Wash, stopping to shoot a little video of the scenery and flowers. I camped that night near the entrance to Split Mountain. Tomorrow I'd be up early and head to Joshua Tree National Park.